Ladies and gentlemen, we gather today to confront a profound truth, the debt we owe ourselves. Not a financial debt, but an existential one. A debt of potential, of courage, of the very essence of our being. This is a message about reclaiming the fragments of ourselves we've allowed to fade, about igniting the spark that whispers, "You are more than this." Imagine for a moment a young soul, filled with dreams as vast as the starlit sky. This soul, brimming with innocent ambition, was met with a chorus of no's. "You can't," they said. "It's impossible," they declared. The weight of these words, like invisible chains, began to bind that soul, to diminish its light. That soul, in time, began to believe the very limitations imposed upon it. It began to shrink, to hide, to accept a reality far less vibrant than its original design. That soul, my friends, resides within each of us. We have all, at some point, allowed the world to dictate our boundaries. But 2025 is not a year for resignation. It is a year for reclamation. We owe it to ourselves to excavate the buried treasures of our potential, to dust off the dreams we've shelved, the passions we've silenced, the courage we've suppressed. The world will tell you what you cannot do, but the voice within, if you listen closely, will whisper a different truth. It will remind you of the resilience you possess, of the strength that resides within your core. This isn't about blind optimism. It's about acknowledging the reality of our struggles, the scars we carry, the moments we faltered. It's about understanding that these very experiences are the forge in which our true strength is crafted. Every obstacle overcome, every tear shed, every moment of doubt conquered adds depth and richness to our tapestry of existence. We owe it to ourselves to embrace the discomfort of growth, to step outside the comfortable confines of our limitations and venture into the unknown. Fear is a liar, a phantom that thrives on our inaction. It whispers of dangers that may never materialize, of failures that may never occur. But the greatest failure is not in falling, but in refusing to rise. This year, let us commit to the pursuit of authenticity, to shed the masks we wear, the personas we adopt to please others. Let us embrace our vulnerabilities, our imperfections, our unique and unrepeatable selves. We owe it to ourselves to live a true life, a life that resonates with our deepest values and aspirations. We owe it to ourselves to cultivate a spirit of gratitude, to appreciate the small victories, the everyday miracles and the moments of connection that weave the fabric of our lives. Gratitude is not merely an emotion. It is a lens through which we perceive the world, a force that transforms our perspective and amplifies our joy. We owe it to ourselves to extend compassion, not only to others, but to ourselves, to forgive our past mistakes, to release the burdens of guilt and regret, to embrace the present moment with open hearts and minds. It is in this act of self-compassion that we find the strength to move forward, to create a future that is brighter and more fulfilling. This is your year. The year you rise to meet the potential within you. The year you reclaim the life you were meant to live. The year you pay the debt you owe to yourself. The journey of reclaiming self-potential is not a singular event, but a continuous evolution. It's a daily commitment to peeling back the layers of societal conditioning and self-imposed limitations that have obscured our true selves. It requires a relentless curiosity, a willingness to explore the uncharted territories of our minds and hearts. We must be willing to ask ourselves difficult questions, to challenge the assumptions that have guided our lives, and to embrace the discomfort of uncertainty. It's about recognizing that our potential is not a fixed point, but a boundless expanse waiting to be explored. We must understand that the no's we've heard, the limitations others have placed upon us, are not reflections of our inherent capabilities, but rather projections of their fears and insecurities. Transforming adversity into strength is a process of alchemy, turning the lead of our struggles into the gold of our resilience. It's about reframing our narratives, viewing our challenges not as punishments, but as opportunities for growth. Each obstacle we overcome strengthens our resolve. Each setback teaches us valuable lessons. And each scar tells a story of our unwavering spirit. We must learn to embrace the imperfections, the vulnerabilities, the moments of doubt, for they are the very threads that weave the tapestry of our strength. It's about recognizing that our greatest power lies not in our invincibility, but in our ability to rise from the ashes, stronger and wiser than before. Embracing authentic living is a radical act of self-acceptance. It's about shedding the masks we wear to conform to societal expectations, the personas we adopt to please others, and the roles we play to avoid judgment. It's about honoring our unique voice, our truth, and our inherent worthiness. It requires courage to stand in our light, to embrace our vulnerabilities, and to express our deepest desires. It's about understanding that our authenticity is not a weakness, but a superpower, a beacon that attracts genuine connection and meaningful relationships. We must learn to embrace our imperfections, our quirks, and our idiosyncrasies, for they are the very things that make us unique and irreplaceable. Cultivating gratitude and self-compassion is a transformative practice that shifts our focus from what we lack to what we have, from what we've done wrong to what we've done right. It's about acknowledging the blessings in our lives, both big and small, and expressing appreciation for the people, experiences, and opportunities that enrich our existence. It's about extending kindness to ourselves, forgiving our past mistakes, and releasing the burdens of guilt and regret. It's about recognizing that we are all human, imperfect, and deserving of love and compassion. It's about understanding that self-compassion is not self-indulgence, but self-preservation, a vital tool for navigating the challenges of life with grace and resilience. Taking action and overcoming fear is the ultimate act of self-liberation. It's about silencing the inner critic, the voice that whispers of limitations, and embracing the unknown with open arms. It requires courage to step outside our comfort zones, to pursue our dreams, to take risks, and to embrace failure as a stepping stone to success. It's about understanding that fear is a natural human emotion, but it doesn't have to define our lives. We can choose to acknowledge our fear, but not let it paralyze us. We can choose to act despite our fear, to embrace the discomfort of growth, and to create a life that is aligned with our deepest values and aspirations. It's about recognizing that the greatest regret is not the risks we take, but the opportunities we miss. To live a life of purpose, to pay the debt we owe to ourselves, requires courage, commitment, and a willingness to step into the unknown. In essence, the debt we owe ourselves is not a burden, but an invitation. It's a call to action, a summons to reclaim the fragments of our potential that have been scattered by doubt, fear, and societal pressures. It's a recognition that the limitations we perceive are often self-imposed, and that the true measure of our capacity lies in our willingness to challenge them. This journey is not about achieving some abstract ideal of perfection, but about embracing the messy, beautiful reality of our humanity. It's about acknowledging our scars, celebrating our victories, and finding strength in our vulnerabilities. The pursuit of authenticity, gratitude, and self-compassion is not a luxury, but a necessity. It's the foundation upon which we build a life of purpose and meaning. It's the antidote to the negativity that surrounds us, the balm that soothes our wounded spirits. By cultivating these qualities, we create a sanctuary within ourselves, a space where we can nurture our dreams, heal our wounds, and find peace amidst the chaos. Ultimately, paying the debt we owe ourselves is an act of self-love, a declaration that we are worthy of our own time, energy, and attention. It's a commitment to living a life that is aligned with our deepest values and aspirations, a life that reflects the unique and extraordinary individuals we are meant to be. Let us rise to this challenge, let us embrace the journey, and let us create a future that is not defined by our limitations, but by our boundless potential.